One thing about me, I like talking about money. Y'all, welcome back to my monthly digest of everything that I applied for, received, or skipped over the course of the month in terms of grants, residency opportunities. If you're new around here, hi, my name is Lynn. I am an artist first. I'm an artist, I'm a curator, I'm a community um, organizer, and I do crazy art projects, and I'm constantly applying for funding. I'm looking for support to carry those projects out. And also I want to have my work in shows, and right now I've been very vulnerably sharing on here that I'm actually I want to slow down on the grant opportunities. I closed a grant recently, and I'm going to be spending my summer working on that, and so I'm keeping my radar open more for residencies. If you don't know much, grants activate the event planner side of my brain, because it's like booking vendors, booking venues, thinking about all the moving parts, versus residency is stop everything you're doing, slow down, go breathe, go touch grass, read, and see what kind of art you're able to make. And so I am trying to balance these things out much more, but yeah, these are the things that are on my radar, right? Looking for grants, looking for residencies. I'm still looking for more funding for the project that I'll be carrying out this summer in my city called, I can't share the name yet, but it's a community curated photo project where I'm inviting folks to share reflections on what the city means to them, giving locals the opportunity to be in the spotlight, to be the art and not just see the art that just like shows up overnight in your city. It's a really, really cool concept that I've been incubating for a few years now, and we finally received grant funding to carry it out. And so I'm keeping an eye out for more money, child. Okay, because I want to make sure, I want to give it the best opportunity to for this first installation of it to be as much of a success as possible, to be as enriching as possible. And I want to develop this framework into something dope, into something big, into something global. I can see this. This is like real dream talk. Let's get into dream talk. Actually, I'm like trying to get it out of the way so we can get into the things. But this is sit back. Actually, let's sit back and get into dream talk. I really believe in this project. I really, and it's like two things, because it's like you can have an idea and not give funding for it and think that you're not onto something, but maybe it's not that. Maybe it's the way that you're talking about it. Maybe it's the way that you're framing it. Maybe it's just the way that you describe it. The people didn't understand. Maybe you was too artistic. Maybe you were too businessy. That's something that I'm also figuring out with my grant applications versus residency applications. It's two different vibes, two different energies. When you're talking about grants, you're asking these people for their money, you have to be like, this is how much I need and this is how I'm going to use it. Versus a residency, you need space, you need a studio space, you need time to touch grass, you lean into the emotional, and I want to connect with this and I want to do research. It's two different approaches, so, which is why, as I'm sharing more of these, I want to kind of like share more of like, this is kind of what my writing looked like when I applied for that thing and I got accepted into it. And also, I'm also excited to feature friends on here as well. I have a friend who is applying for grants to do educational programming in her city, specifically for Black girls, and she's hitting a wall. And I would love to do like a strategy session where I bring her on and we review some applications together and just review that copy and see what is like, where what's off about this, and even changing policies around programming, child. Okay, funding rules are changing every single day, even as a place as progressive as Massachusetts. Budget cuts and DAI pushbacks and things. And so being in the art world myself, that's something that I'm very aware of. It's at the forefront of all my conversations from multiple angles, from the museum angle with a lot of people losing funding, but also being active in the artist community. So these are the different perspectives that I bring into this work, which is why I hope to that this kind of like video is helpful as if you're navigating similar season and journey, and you're trying to figure out where is the money at, where are the opportunities, where are they at. I want to be as transparent as possible. There is room at the table for all of us. there's a room at the table for all of us. Even if you get a no, there's another opportunity. There's a back door somewhere, child. If you have to pry yourself through the doggy doorway, there's a way. There's always a way. There's always room for all of us, you know? So let's get into it. So in April, I I am a member of a gallery, and they had an open call for still life work. I didn't submit my work for that show. I missed that deadline. I don't even know how I missed it. It's on my calendar, so it was on my radar, but it just and also, actually, to be honest, part of it is I didn't miss it, but I also knew that I wasn't going to submit my work for that show because with that gallery, I have set a boundary that I'm only submitting work that is for shows that are non-juried. So juried versus non-juried. Non-juried means that anybody can submit anything. Juried means that there's a board or like there's a jury panel that reviews the work and they accept what they want, what they feel is aligned with the show. But with that gallery specifically, it's a very interesting relationship, and so I'm just like, if it's juried, you're not gonna see me. If it's not juried, I'm gonna send something in, okay? But just for them specifically, it's a funny relationship, and I want to be an active member of the community as much as possible, within boundaries, okay? And then I did apply for a residency, y'all. I feel really good about that residency application. This is Assets for Artists, which is, I want to say Massachusetts, but they're expanding. They're expanding into Connecticut. They have a grant application open right now for artists in Connecticut. Like $15,000 grant or something like that. Look into them. Assets for Artists. They are so dope. They are the coolest. They poured so much into me. Even the public art project that I'm working on right now is heavily supported by them and just their guidance and the coaching that I received when I went through the program. But they have a residency opportunity for artists to do a residency at Mass Mocha, and I'm like, please, you guys, please, please. I talked about this on here before, but I've been getting denied from this Mass Mocha residency for years now. Like, well, even this year, I'm trying to, when I say that, even if you get rejected, there's always another angle. There's always a door. Use the doggy door. That's me. That's my life. That's my strategy. So I applied for the studio residency. I got denied, and then as an alumni of the program, and they had a long-term partnership with Mass Mocha, they're like, hey, we're doing this opportunity for alumni from the program. And I said, yes, Jesus. And I applied, and I really sat down with the concept that I have for the residency, and I hope it's good. I think, like I said, the reason why I haven't been landing residencies is it has to do with the wording. My brain is practical. I have practical business brain, and it works for getting money, it works for getting grants, it works for getting partners, it works for getting sponsors, but it doesn't work for residencies. And y'all, I'm figuring it out as I go. And I'll share it with you when I know better. All right. And then there is another artist residency that I did in 2021, and I worked with them on the team in 2024. And so it was so great to hear from them and to reconnect with them. And they have like an alumni forum where it's like, share what you got going on. And I shared my community project, and I'm like, do y'all want to work together? Let's work together again. Let's do some things. So the residency application closes. I was telling somebody about the residency. I need to share it. I love to share it every time. It's been 5 years. Every time the application opens, I always share it on my Instagram with as many people as possible. But I'm gonna apply to do the residency again as an alumni. I did it one time. I did it part of the team. And I want to go back again as an alumni. Not part of the team. I would love to work with them and strategize in different ways, but I genuinely need the time to create. When I was part of the team, it was a great experience, and obviously I love to serve in any way that I can, but I was more focused on helping with logistics and making sure that artists are good than like my own creative, like my own time to create. And so I want to go again as an artist. Okay, it's on an island. And it's like it's literally on a remote island. It's the smallest of the Elizabeth Islands. It's right next to Martha's Vineyard. Well, a couple islands down from Martha's Vineyard. And I just need time again, child, out in the wild, taking pictures. And the application is due May 15th. So there's still time next week, next Friday. So I filled out the alumni form. I'm gonna submit that application next week, okay? And then there was one more grant. Mass Cultural had a creative experiences grant. I don't know what happened. I saw it and I was like, and then I planned to apply for it. And not that I missed the deadline, but I just made the executive decision, like, yeah, no, not right now, because I wanted to pitch them. So the reason why I decided not to apply for it after all is that I need some more support funding for my project that I'm carrying out this summer, right? But it's May. The project, hopefully, it opens to the public in August. This one, they announce, it's just the timeline is off. I need money for the project, and this timeline is off. So if they announce in August, what is it? Announce in August? Whatever, you hear back. Yeah, you hear back in August. By the time they process the funding, get you the money, girl, we're in 2025. 2025. What? Did my brain just say 2025? We're in 2028, girl. Like, I don't have time for this. I need money as soon as possible, not for next year. Also, I don't plan on being here next year. I had to be honest with myself. Like, I don't want to be here next year. So why am I applying for something that's giving me funding for next year and requiring me to be here? I'm not gonna be here. So I don't even want to take these people's money, you know? And so, and so that's that. And it was like either, pitch them for the project, but the money is never gonna come, and then maybe like do like a second edition of the project next year, and I don't want to do that. And or pitch them something completely different that I can do in the fall. That was another angle as well. So it's like, because they announce in August, let's say they take September off, they take forever to give you the money. That's the thing. September, August, announce. September, October, November. Let's say I get the money in this, and then it's the holidays. November, December. Girl, you're getting the money in January. So even if I'm planning like a cute little residency weekend, I wanna do my first residency. That would have been the perfect opportunity to do residency, y'all. Oh my gosh. Should I have applied for it? No, like, wait, what did I do? I wanna do a residency. I wanna host my own residency so bad. Another opportunity will come. Another opportunity will come. I believe in it. Um, and so yeah, it was just too much. And the timeline is the project has to be completed between fall 2026 and fall 2027, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be here next year, so I'm not gonna even start. All right. So yeah, that's it. And then there was one more. There's AFTS Gallery, AFS Gallery, I believe that's out of Springfield. They had an open call for an exhibition called Out of Darkness. It was just about like overcome and going through a difficult season, and reflections on that. And I was hyped about it, but I didn't have time. I didn't have time to write the copy for it. I was just I was very overwhelmed last month. It was a very heavy month for me. And I was excited to share one piece for it, but I wasn't like too excited. It wasn't like it was kind of like, all right, let's see if I have time to sit down and process this. And I believe there was like an application fee too. Yeah, now I'm like actually sitting down remembering. Yeah, there's an application fee. You have to like, it was like $40 or something like that to submit your work for a show. I've never heard of that. I hear no, sorry, a submission fee. I hear application fees for grants. Okay, I applied for a residency and they had like a $15 application fee, but $40 to submit my work for a show. And on top of that, if my work sells, you get commission. It's too much. It was just too complicated. So in the end, I didn't end up submitting it. But yeah, I'll keep them on my radar. An artist shared that with me. Shout out to them. And so yeah, I'll keep an eye out to see if they have any other openings or any other things happening. All right. So that's April. In April, I applied for one thing. But like, I would rather do one thing and just like, yeah, I feel really good about this than to submit for 15 random things that I don't feel aligned to, you know? In May, I'm pitching a gallery to, I'm pitching a couple of spaces, at least 3 spaces to host my project this summer. I want to pitch our local library. I want to pitch a community center, and I want to pitch a gallery because they're all right next to each other, and it's like such a perfect cute little photo walk where it's like you go to the gallery, you take a couple steps, go to the public library, take a couple steps, go to the community center. And so in May, I'm gonna be pitching them, hey, can I please put my crazy project on your walls, thank you very much. See how they feel about that. And then Access for Artists, again, they're allowing us to showcase our work at the end of May, on May 31st, at a celebration that they're having. And so I have to make sure that I submit something. It has to be nothing crazy. It has to be something that is ready to go. I have to sit and think about it. I haven't thought about it. And then, as I shared, the residency application for Cuddy Hunk Island Artist Residency is due on the 15th. So if you're an artist looking for a residency, looking for opportunities, keep these on your radar. Keep these on your radar. Keep an eye out. And yeah, y'all. That's what's on my radar. That's what I'm keeping an eye out for. I'm not it's gonna shift. It's gonna shift definitely, especially over the next 3 months, May, June, July, August, 4 months, as I'm mostly focusing my energy on mostly focusing my energy on my project, my public art project for the summer, and also local things. So I'm most likely gonna be seeking funding through local outreach and building local sponsorships. But I can talk to you guys about that as well. And then, but yeah, my coming up is mostly gonna be looking like residency applications, and I'm not looking for nothing crazy, y'all. I'm just looking for something between now and December because I am out. When I tell you I'm so out, and so opportunities between now and December, y'all. Other than that, y'all ain't finna catch me. So yeah, that's what's on my radar. That's what I'm looking out for. Those are the things that I have to look forward to. Again, like I said, if you're new around here, my name is Lynn, and I make videos every single day documenting my becoming, documenting the projects that I'm working on, and how I'm becoming the one of the top creators in the world, child, because I believe that if you can see it, you can have it. And I see this life for me clearly, and I'm going after it every single day this year. All right. So if you want to join me on this journey, let's do it together. All right. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.